Hi, my name is Steve. This is my Yanmar 3QM30 marine diesel engine. It is currently on eBay. Item number is 331-905-444-113. I have a few questions I've been asked. I'll try to answer them in this video. One question is there a control panel? Yes, there is. It's been painted on. There is no hour meter. I do not know what works on it, what doesn't. There is no key for the key switch. There is a cable. Some of the wiring is disconnected. I will try connecting that later on and try filming that. The engine cable, I'm going to guess, is probably about 15-20 feet. Some of the wiring on the engine is disconnected. There is no air filter cover. The base is there. And the lighting is going to be kind of bad here because I'm half in the sun, half out, but we'll try to see. It does have the damper plate that connects it to the transmission in place. There is an exhaust elbow that injects the water into the exhaust stream. And that is about it. The rest of the exhaust is taken off. These are the injector pumps, the throttle, the primary fuel pump, fuel filter, exhaust manifold. Thermostats are located under this cover. It has a provision for hand crank. That is via chain at the flywheel. It does have a setup for freshwater cooling. The pump that is mounted on the engine, I can tell, is much too small. It only has quarter NPT inlet outlets. What it really needs is something like the freshwater or engine cooling pump, which has about a 5/8 hose outlet on each end. There is an alternator. I cannot guarantee if it charges. A little bit later on I will get a V-belt for it, hook it up, figure out the wiring, and see if we get a charge out of it. I did change the oil in it before cranking it. New K&N oil filter. Use the K&N HP 104. You don't have to buy the expensive Yanmar. I have an oil pressure tester hooked up to the oil pressure port. We'll use that in just a minute. We're going to pull the dipstick and we'll walk it over here. See fresh oil in there right up to the top. The oil I drained out of it was somewhat black, but it was not opaque. It was still fairly clean. The engine last ran or was lost in a boat before Hurricane Bob in 1991. It's been in storage since. Starter motor, I have jumper cables running to my Chevy Suburban, and what I'm going to do now is just the key switch is not hooked up to it, so I'm just going to take a screwdriver, and with the compression release engaged there, we're going to engage the compression release so it cranks easier, and I'm going to crank it and you'll be able to see if it has oil pressure. can see, it comes right up to about 55 psi, just cranking, not starting. I'm going to pause the film. I'm going to, next I will start the engine quickly without cooling water, just let it run for a moment and take it from there. And I'll have a second set of jumper cables hooked up. With just one set, there's too much resistance in the cables to get the motor to turn over. You see I have my Suburban running to get enough juice. The compression lever is in the run position, and here we go. And that's about it. I don't know how well the sound will come through with that running. The smoke, there was a lot of raw diesel in the cylinders from cranking it so much with the decompression levers on, but it did get up to about 75-80 psi of oil pressure. I think it sounds pretty good. I'm going to get some water hooked up to it, and when I do, I will post another video. Stay tuned.